And one of the objects of this bill is to do away with the declaration of community. I just want to say that we don't have minority groups in Rodrigues. We have only one community, which is called Rodrigues community. And we don't mix up community with religions. And I can give you an example of that. In the election, 2010 general election, we chose Mr. Supermayen and my friend, Honorable Francisco François, to represent the constituency of Rodrigues in the general election of 2010. And today, Madam Speaker, we are debating on choosing an electoral system. It is very important because it is dealing with the issue of governing of a country. When it comes to electoral reform, in such a multicultural society as ours, we need a system which provides a representation of all communities, which promote proportionality in the distribution of seats in the parliament. It has to be crafted in such a manner that it assures long-term political health so as to prevent the disastrous consequences of democratic prospects. Therefore, changing an electoral system necessitates public awareness and widespread collective agreement. It is good to say here that our democratic system provides necessary framework for the electoral reform to be amended with an approval of broad consensus. The law itself is deeply rooted in our Constitution so as to ensure that the design of the electoral system is accepted as legitimate, which can be necessarily implemented. Electoral system is an institution in itself. So cross-party and public support is of utmost importance when it comes to any change made to it. All groupings which make our nation need to have an electoral system which, when they take part in the democratic process, must feel that the system is fair and give them the same chance as anyone else. It is important for us to have an electoral system which is inclusive and provide representation across the board in our multicultural communities. Madam Speaker, in Rodrigues, the minority leader is not accountable to any electorate region, as he was saved by the proportional representative system. There was only 2 members, and there are only 2 members who are accountable for the region from the opposition side in Rodrigues. The rest do not represent anything. Madam Speaker, therefore, for this electoral reform, we are obliged to take valuable lessons from what happened in Rodrigues. Systems like that must not be introduced to the legislative election. Government need to have the trust of the population, and the population need to perceive that a government is legitimate, where the government has the necessary support to efficiently enact legislation and govern. This reform, Madam Speaker, need to enhance an inclusive electoral process. It has to be sustainable a sustainable process in order to maintain our society peaceful, as clearly stated in the 16th Sustainable Goal of the United Nations. Therefore, this amendment needs to further promote participatory and representative decision-making to allow the effectiveness of all institutions. It is good to note that this amendment is bonded to gender quota. This is a very good step forward as it fits the ideology of all political parties in the House. Like it or not, we are all social democrats here. The system of right, center, left doesn't exist in Mauritius. We are all here supporting the principle of equality of opportunity and equality of result. But we have to go beyond that. This electoral reform must also enhance accessibility to disabled people. Madam Speaker, I think we need to take due consideration as well from some definition like religions, community, ancestral origin, and culture. I think they have different definitions, and we need to get it right, and we need to correct it in our Constitution so as we can separate religion from community, what is community itself, and what is ancestral origin. On this note, Madam Speaker, I thank you for your kind attention.